Thank you for agreeing to this interview. There are several reasons why I wanted to interview you, and that's because I've never really dove deep into your early life before kids and before I could remember. From knowing you for 22 years, I know a lot about you, but not everything, and that's why I'm interested to hear about it. Before we get started, I would like to ask you for your permission to record our interview. This interview will be shared with my fellow classmates and teachers, and if any time during the interview you would like me to stop recording, I will do so. Do you accept?
Yes.
So, interviewing my father, Kevin Kirby. Just jumping straight into it, we're going to start with childhood and some of the questions that I have for you. The first one will be, what was it like in the mid-60s and then 70s and on in Chicago?
Well, born in Chicago, and from the earliest time I can remember is kindergarten. I went to Catholic schools all through kindergarten, and then till third grade until we moved out here. Mm-hmm. But yeah, going to Catholic schools. We had the nuns that wore the outfits,
Like
black and white outfits.
Tradition,
yeah, traditional outfits with the hats with the wings and stuff.
Nice.
And they're very strict. But I remember walking to the kindergarten with my mom. She'd walk me there and back, and then also in first and second grade. I was doing a lot of drawing and sketches for the class and stuff like that, with the art class and stuff. But pretty rigid, just early in those days, pretty rigid class structure and stuff like that. It was just all old school.
Okay.
And and that's when I was in Chicago before we moved out here. So that was up until second grade. Yeah.
Okay.
7 years old.
And did your brothers and sister also go through Catholic school?
Yeah.
Okay. So you mentioned that you were big into drawing and sketching.
Mm-hmm.
As a kid, were there any other favorite pastime activities that you really enjoyed besides?
Yeah, bike riding.
Okay.
Yeah, we go bike riding. We go swimming a lot.
Mm-hmm.
We go swimming at the police pool. They used to have a pool by the police station. It was a public pool.
Okay.
And we go there and go swimming. But yeah, swimming, bike riding, and things like that.
Got it. And then, what were some of your biggest influences as a kid? That could be either sport icons. I'm assuming as a kid it wouldn't be politicians, but comedians, movie stars. Anyone in particular that you remember?
Up until what age? What age? I guess.
We'll say maybe middle school.
Middle school.
Pre-high school.
Yeah. It was music.
Okay.
Listen to mid-70s music. Classic rock and roll. So a lot of bands and stuff, and I know I played guitar, so I learned to play guitar and stuff like that. And then, riding bicycles, BMX. There was at that time there was a lot of there were skateboarders, but also was BMX riders and stuff like that. And then drawing again, just doing sketching and stuff like that. My mom would draw a lot, so I'd watch her draw, and I think I learned a lot from her.
Got it.
But yeah, influences would be my mom, as an artist, and then a bunch of kids school, just like Tony Hawk is a skateboard icon. There was a lot of BMX icons, and then music was all classic rock bands.
Is there any favorite musician or band as a kid that you had?
Yeah, back then it was Kiss. We liked Kiss, and that was I think my first album I ever bought.
Okay, it
was a Kiss album, and then Van Halen.
Got it. And then recently seeing them, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So we're gonna move into education. So high school, college span. What were you like in high school? Were you known for anything, clubs or sport?
Yeah, definitely in football. I was pretty well known in football. I was blessed to be a good football player, and I played quarterback, so pretty important position. But yeah, football was kind of I was remembered from sports. Basketball was only half for freshman, sophomore year, and then I quit. And then I had some track and stuff, but football for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then classwork was in the honor society, so I wasn't taking all the like heavy classes and bringing piles of books
Yeah.
home, but I was taking all the regular classes and some math and stuff, and and doing well in it. But yeah, honor society, and I wasn't any like ASB or anything like that. It was basically
Like chess club or anything?
no,
Like, no.
no clubs. It was just football and just doing my studies
Got it.
through high school.
Through high school. And then
And
you, why did you attend Carthage College?
yeah, everyone was leaving to go to school,
Mhm.
and I didn't know what to do. I was the first one to go to college, and I think the reason I picked it is one of my friends was going there,
Yeah.
and I got good financial aid stuff. It was close to home, but I went there to play some football.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of the reasons I went there.
On scholarship?
No,
Okay.
just they didn't even recruit me. I
Okay.
just wanted to go, and I wanted to start out as a quarterback, but then they already had quarterbacks picked out, so I played defense and did fine.
Yeah.
I played a couple years, but yeah, I just went there to kind of just have a taste of college life. It was a nice campus, some friends from school going there, and yeah, I mean that was the main thing, just to go to school.
Okay. And then what was it like being a college athlete, and to start that, how many years were you on the football team?
2 years,
Okay.
and then I met Mom.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, they didn't have the major. I figured out what major I wanted to do, and they didn't have engineering there.
Got it.
So they had pre-engineering.
Okay.
So then when Mom graduated, I went to college at Lake County.
Mm-hmm.
I went back to Illinois to kind of finish up a couple of gen ed classes. Then I would transfer to the university for engineering, University of Illinois, Chicago.
So that was a UCI.
So, UCI, University of Illinois, Chicago, and so it was like 2 years at Carthage, a year at Lake County College, and then 2 years at the university. So 5 years total.
Okay. And what was it like being a college athlete at the time?
I enjoyed playing football. I mean, made a lot of really good friends and stuff. But, I wasn't, good enough to play at any big school.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I see they didn't have a football team. They had like hockey and basketball. I went there purely for school, but we played some intramural football and stuff like that,
Okay.
sports. But yeah, after I left Carthage, it was just focusing 100% on school, my degree, and I was in the honor society there as well.
Okay.
So,
And then, so before switching, or before declaring for being a mechanic, was there mechanical engineering?
Uh-huh.
Was there any majors that you were interested in before that?
Yeah, I went there to be a business person.
Okay. So,
And then
Like the
it was
typical
like
college.
it says like everyone wanted to be a business
Yeah.
person, business accounting stuff like that. And then I quickly said, okay, this isn't for me. And I think from all the hands-on stuff I did in high school, where we were in shop classes, and also we did a lot of landscaping, things like that. I was more on the mechanical side, working on cars with my older brother.
right.
And I like drawing, I like creating things. Then I decided to go in engineering. So, but yeah, after about a year, I started taking math and pre-engineering courses at Carthage, and then that's as far as I could go.
Yeah.
So I had to go somewhere else.
Was there any specific reason why they didn't have the full?
They
or the full major?
they weren't designed for that. They're more of a Bachelor of Arts school.
Okay.
Yeah, they're more into sciences, more into teaching, things like that. They weren't very strong. I think now they may have it,
Yeah.
but they weren't an engineering school. They were more, like I said, Bachelor of Arts and like sciences, BS of sciences and stuff like biology, chemistry, things like that.
Okay. And I'm sure I could look that up if I got another time, just to see if like that development of those majors were incorporated or they've been established. Because when we visited what was it, 2 summers ago, and we saw that like the football, like the football field was all finished.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they expanded a lot, so
Yeah.
I'm assuming over time they did. And then briefly mentioned obviously, mom. When did you meet mom?
My sophomore year,
Okay.
after I got injured in a football game. I was going to get surgery that Monday, and so everyone was we were just having some drinks at a bar and stuff like that, and just socializing, and then that's when I met mom.
Nice.
And so, and then from there we, slowly started a relationship.
And then when she graduated and you left Carthage before you started to go to UCI, what was that like? Like what? I have the question: what kept you guys together? But like, was there any obstacles being two different places or?
Yeah, because it was tough because I was in Illinois. She was in Illinois also too, teaching. But we kept a long distance relationship going. When I was going to the community college, I was still living at home and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But then when I went to the university, I was closer to her, and then we were living together, and I was making money to support, for school, working, but I also helped with the bills and stuff. But yeah, we were living together for a couple of years until I graduated.
Nice.